So to get started, I am assuming that you have the Google Drive application already installed on your computer and ready to use. Um, if you don't, and you want to do that, you can log into your DX Up Close Mail, and then this black bar across the top, click Drive. Will take you to your drive, and right here you will see the download drive for PC link. Press that and follow the instructions, and you can install it on your PC. So when you see me clicking on my Google Drive, that's the application I'm using during this application. So to get started, let me minimize that. I'm going to open with Internet Explorer my Google Drive document, and the first thing I want you to do is to create a private directory. You may already have this, but the idea is that you will have a directory that you can do anything you want with. No one else will be looking in it. You can't hurt anybody else while you're there. So I created a new folder called private. I just saw it get linked to my drive. So if I go back to my drive and look at it, we will see that I now have a folder labeled private. And if I right click on that and I click sharing, where did it go? It moved on me. If I click share, then you'll notice it says private. Only people listed below can access it, and the only person I've given permission is myself, and so it's a private drive. If you want to open it up to other people, that's your business. I have a directory now in the cloud and on my computer. And they're kept in sync by Google Drive, and is called private. So I will open that private directory. Now I want to find a document that I want to go and change. So I will open another Explorer's window here. I will go to Google Drive. I'll go to our Document Control Center and our Design History files and the all-in-one directory. And I've already made sure this is safe for me to do if I make any mistakes. I'm going to take this intended use claims document that I've been working on and copy it over. Now if I click and drag, you'll notice that it says move on there. So I will click the control button as well. It changes to copy. I let go, and now I have a copy of the intended use of the document in my private drive. So I can get this other one to go away. Now one of the points I want to make to you now is that while it's in your private drive, you can name it anything you want. So I'm going to rename it. Oops. We'll keep the document number, but we'll call it Jay's Demo. So there we go. Now we're going to start editing this and making changes. So we open it up. I have to enable this for editing since I've moved it around. The first thing that I do whenever I'm getting ready to change a document, is I go to the revision level in the footer and I bump it to the next level. That's just so that there won't be any confusion when I send this out for our people to look at later, that they got the right one. I happen to know enough about this document for formatting reasons. I've got problems where I need to change it in a couple places because different sections you have to keep them up to date in all the sections. So okay, I've got two sections in here. I've updated both of the labeling claims. The revision levels. to 10 now. So I can now start making changes to my document. So since I'm going to make a number of these for demonstration purposes, I'll go ahead and label them. So this is the first edit of the document that I'll send for review. And maybe that's all I'm going to do here. So I do that, I save it. Remember, I'm saving this in my private space, and now I can attach it to emails or however I want to. I can print it and put it on people's desks, however I want to share it for review and get their, however I want to get their comments back and make the changes in response to their comments. That's entirely up to you and your style of how you manage your work within your private space. So let's say that it's come back and I've gotten some comments from a couple of people where I saved it. So now I'm going to make some more changes. The changes from, oops, I forgot to do something here. One of the things, maybe Bert called and said, Jay, you didn't update the revision history. And sure enough, I didn't. So 10. Training changes added after distribution. J. Nickel did it on 5/3/2013. Clean up the so people can see it. Okay, so sorry, Bert. I should have done that before I sent it out. Busted. So one of the learnings is every time that we send it out, we need to document what's different about this revision so people can get a sense of why they're getting it. Okay, so responding to first reviewer, and maybe I'll go ahead and save that one and come back another day. Responding to second reviewer. Oops, I messed up again because you notice, the 10 went out, but now I'm actually working on 11. So I also have to change this to 11, go down here, change it in my revision section as well, and then document why did I make this change. Sorry, Word gets weird as I jump around between headers and the document content. 11, responded to reviewers, J. Nickel again, and I'm fast, I do everything on the same day. Today's the 13th. No, it's the 3rd. Okay, so now I've made the changes, I've changed the revision levels, I've updated the revision history, so I can save it and send it around for people to look at again. So that's the process I want you to be aware of. Remember to change the revision numbers in the footers, and at the end of the document put some notes about the significance of this particular revision that you're doing. All right, now we're just going to go back here to a drive I accidentally logged out, so I'm going to have to log back in. And I assume everybody is being good and using their two-step authentication. Let me get mine here. All right. Go back to Drive. I want to show you what's happened in my private directory now. So here we are. Here's Jay's demo document that's been being edited. And if I look at the Manage Revisions, you'll notice that there's 4 different versions here. There's the first one that I copied, and then there's the first set of changes that I made that I sent out for review, and then there were the second and third set of changes that I made before I sent them out for review again. So every time I saved this document on my private computer, the Google Drive in the cloud recognized it and has saved those changes for me. So there are things I can do like, don't throw away that revision, and don't throw away that revision. These intermediate ones, I can say, don't worry about it. I won't be able to, until I make another change, I won't be able to say don't delete the current one, because it would never delete the current one unless I tell it to. So I just want you to be aware that Google Drive is keeping track of these revisions every time I save it on my computer, and that's part of what we're exploiting here. So we're documenting the changes, the reasons for the changes in the Word document itself. If I've turned on revision tracking, Word is helping me track it as well as my explanations, and Google is keeping me copies. So we've got all that. Now let's imagine that we want to put this back into the controlled system. So I'm going to open another Explorer again, go to Google Drive, go back to where I got this document in the first place, and really what you'll do is you'll give it to me, the document control person, and I will do this for you. So I've opened the document. I'm going to do a save as. I'm going to go to the Control Center, Design History Files, and I'm going to save the document right there. The very same, and I'm not changing the name or anything. I'm going to overwrite it. And I'm doing this because I'm trusting Google to be keeping copies of these things. And so I say, okay, go ahead and replace it. Now, synchronization is finished. I'm in the all-in-one design history file. Open that document, and there it is. We are now editing it. It's hard to tell because it looks exactly the same, because it is. So watch this as my fingers never leave my hands again. Here we go. And it's got the various edits that we've made in it. It's got the revision history comments that we've made. It's got the revision numbers updated. I checked this in without accepting all the comments, so all of the stuff that Word has been tracking is still there. We'll clean that up another time.